At least the pot light works.
That'd be a good place to start right there.
That one's always there for me.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Oh, fuck. No. Fuck.
What are you trying to do,
right,
man?
That's not bad.
Yeah, no, that's all right. That's perfect.
Ooh.
It's crazy because it's a little max headroomy because you can see the reflection of your computer monitor in both of your glass screens. So we're kind of looking
makes it
at
look like yeah, his eyes are computer monitors.
Right,
It looks pretty
weird science.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
See if this third beer flows down my head like the first two did.
Nice.
I have another chunk of this giant melted gummy.
Oh man, yeah, I was.
Is that what you're eating?
Yeah, my whole tin of gummies melted into one on that fucking horrible camping trip.
Well, I have to tell you, my cousin listens to the podcast, and he really likes it. And he told me today, just before we started this podcast, I was talking to him, and he said today that your story about that camping trip might be one of the funniest things he's heard on this podcast, and he thinks the entire thing is hilarious. But I had to agree. That was a fucking great story.
The worst part for me is the takeaway for me is that I have learned my lesson. I will never ever have a toilet tank that's empty when I have a trough full of water on my porch. That will never happen again. Yeah. That's what I learned from it.
Yeah.
So everybody came out a winner because when all of you guys were like, "Why didn't you just fill up a pitcher in the troughs and then pour it into the toilet tanks so you could flush the toilet?" And I was like, I was still basking in the story of how funny the story was. Like, isn't that a great story? And then we had to do this. And then you guys said that, and I was like, "Isn't that what did I wait? What? What? Oh no!"
You know who never had a filthy toilet? MacGyver.
Right.
Never let shit just sit in there. It's like, well, we'll put out a flower and collect rainwater.
My brain was so twisted by that point that I wasn't solving problems in a linear way.
Listen, at that point, it was more of a mental health thing to have some water to soak in on the porch.
Well, we could have gotten rid of a pitcher or two to fucking flush down our literal shit. But yeah,
if it was your own house, maybe. Fuck them.
Maybe. Fuck them. Leave it. Take a look at it.
Yeah.
I want you to look at my wife's poop.
I upper decked because the bottom. I upper decked because the bottom was full. Your fault, not mine.
Oh man, I should have had you on fucking speed dial. There was no service up there. I needed some help. Fuck. Hi, Shaylee.
Emergency situation.
Hey, how come Andy never hung up the call?
I didn't.
I thought that was the old call.
He never does.
I got.
Well, maybe it was. Okay, so that's what happened. So, Chad, when you said, "Oh shit, I thought I was 4 minutes late," what happened is I came back to start the call already a couple minutes late, and I looked and it said "join call," and then I thought, "Oh, I just somehow missed it." So I joined that
2
call.
minutes early.
No, it was after 7:30.
No, I was early, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, they're already doing it." And then I look, and then Andy I get in there, and I'm like, "Hey," and Andy gets up and walks off camera. I'm like, he never fucking closed out.
Oh yeah,
He never does.
I come right back though.
But Andy has.
This isn't.
Remember, I went over to fill T-shirt orders at the adjacent
Andy
property.
has a month's worth of Skype calls still open
in
his
and recording
computer right now.
Skype
that he's
is
never
losing
closed.
so much money right now.
Yeah.
Well, how do we help each other, Skype?
Imagine the CEO of Skype explaining to Jim Cramer on CNBC why his business went in the toilet. What happened that they couldn't foresee with all of their prognosticators with their business model was that they'd have one guy who never hung up a call ever. And they ended up with 9,000
multiple
open Skype calls in there, and the system just couldn't handle it. The whole thing fucking burnt up and crashed. We thought we had the perfect plan.
I might be still playing TV Pong somewhere. You have to turn that off too? Shit. No.
Andy took his computer and had it repaired at the computer shop, and all the guy did was just spend a half an hour closing Skype calls.
Closing windows. All he did was close all windows. End all.
Close all tabs? Yes.
Close all tabs.
Fixed.
It's possible. I mean, I don't really, do a lot with the computer other than this. So whatever the problems I get are here. I don't, I don't have a lot to look at on my internet search history because I don't know how to use it really.
That's a blessing. Listen, let's be honest. That's a blessing. No, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
If Andy ever really truly finds out how to use the internet, there won't be any more adventures. He won't be delivering T-shirts or fighting with murder hornets. He'll just be mouth agape, slack-jawed, and slobbering in front of his screen. So
I don't want to learn.
Yeah, I don't want
that's part of it. Yeah, learning. You got to want to learn. And then you got to have the ability to learn, and I don't have any of those 4 or 5 things that I mentioned.
Oh fuck!
But I got some jokes, and they're gonna scare Yakov Smirnoff into fucking cold.
Into the cold shakes.
Yeah,
the Siberian shakes.
I don't have the improv part of that I need. I know Branton. He's been training. He's
going to be ready. Listen, he's going to come out like Apollo Creed. He's going to be ready. But you are a fucking brawler. You've been hitting the meat in the locker, and you're fucking ready to go, Rock. You can do it. I
went down and I saw a frog, and we had one man. We joked off. We joked off.
Joked each other off.
Yeah, I saw him down. I walked by him at the Saturday market, and he had his mask on. He goes, "Would you like to buy a joke book?" And I go, "You're a joke." He goes, "What?" It's just never mind.
That was it. That was
it. That was our. Yeah, it was like I kind of want. It's like I'm not gonna. Let's not get into a boxing match when no one's got proper gear. Neither of us. We're 2 professional jokesters. We don't,
you can't be brawling in the street.
Yeah, that's panties in our mouth while we're trying to deliver our fucking jokes.
I hate the Monday morning quarterback, but that's where you should have came back with want to buy a T-shirt. Goddamn, Andy.
Yeah, Andy, come on.
Oh,
yeah. Well, he wouldn't want to. He'd go, "What?" I go, "No, cost that to get them printed, yo."
Open the door as 2 businessmen in the joke community. Yeah. Could all of a sudden, maybe you guys could be a little synergy there. You guys could make something
package deal, a T-shirt and a joke book,
or you present it as dueling pianos. You go out there and it's either a joke book or a T-shirt, and you guys both make your pitch. And somebody see, here's the thing: if you could convince someone that they have to buy one or the other, you'll both still make more money.
Yeah.
So now you can just convince someone to buy the other guy's stuff by them hating you enough.
Maybe you'll have a showdown
or
at the
vice
holiday.
versa.
Or vice versa. So that's what I mean. So it works both directions. And now you end up with a whole bunch of money.
I don't even want to take him on at the current Saturday market because it's 1, it ends this time of year, and 2, it's been about a third of what it usually is. But that don't stop the frog from trying to sell his fucking street jokes. Or whatever, but I wouldn't even bring my wagon out for such meager.
You wouldn't pull out your T-shirts.
Literally, bring your wagon out.
You wouldn't pull out your T-shirts of you jacking off in front of fucking goddamn.
I don't feel it's worth my time. And this is coming from somebody who put his guinea pigs on a wagon and towed them around town.
Unless guinea pigs are a euphemism, that seems legal.
Yeah, well. It was part of the kids' parade, and part of the under the Gay 90s banner, and I marched in a parade for kids, and I took my gay guinea pig, John Wayne. He was a faggot. He was. I don't know if he was gay, but he ate his babies, and to me, that's pretty gay.
No, that's gay.
That's masculine.
Or like cannibalistic.
Yeah, he's patriotic. I'll tell you that.
Be goddamn ridiculous.
I'll eat all these goddamn babies. I'll get one goddamn it. Anyway, that's my John Wayne.
It's pretty good. Pilgrim.
Oh, yeah. I did a pretty good Schwarzenegger. I didn't remember
Back
doing
in the
it,
day.
but I saw it was the second night I did allegedly comedy in a comedy contest.
Your Schwarzenegger impression.
Schwarzenegger, and it was horrifying. One, that I would even take on the project, and two,
that you'd be
your
back.
pants like that. Like, I wore my pants like Mitt Romney back in early days of college. Like, what a fucking dick. Yeah.
Hey,
Surprised
dude,
I eked out any happiness at all in those years, being such a douchebag as I see in the pictures.
Yeah. I wore the same thing when I started doing comedy. I was like 30, and I worked at a radio station, and I had to dress like business casual or whatever, like I would have like Dockers on and a shirt,
khakis, and a polo shirt.
Yeah, and now I just think it never occurred to me that, but now it horrifies me that, I'm so thankful that I somehow accidentally steered away from that somehow, and that never happened because it was close. It was happening. It was not pretty.
You get the Dockers, you get the light blue shirt, and then it's a name tag away from mediocrity.
Man. Yeah.
Your fucking walking days, giving up on foot.
And there's guys back there that are still doing it.
Fuck yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it turns out they were right, because they were in radio, and I thought radio was a dying business, but it turns out stand-up comedy was the dying business, and radio's going strong. Look at us. We're doing a fucking internet radio show. Thanks for being out there, Patreon subscribers.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
full circle
Issues with Andy Morning Zoo.
Yeah. It all comes full circle right before the raft goes under.
Yeah, I think that's called downward spiraling.
Yeah. There he is. Yeah. So you think that guy's got a good sense of humor? Not really. He
looks a little like Randy Quaid.
Yeah, he's Randy Quaid-esque. I bet his jokes are leaning a little fucking pro-Trump these days.
World's greatest jokes, by the way, it says on that side.
Yeah.
I'd buy
you can get the world's best shrimp
like magic from his beard.
I know I'm going to go to the Saturday market because I'm going to go get some hippie edibles, and I'll walk right by them and
wait, hold on. They sell weed at the UG?
Well, like I said, it's a lesser market, and then there's the outlaw side of it's got they got shitty wares. There's a guy selling like fucking Hot Wheels, but not like classics either. So I don't know what's going on. The Saturday market used to be last year. It was elitist, and then they even brought in cops to guard it, and COVID wiped it out. And there's like a third of the people, less food, and then the weed side, you can't get a good necklace over there, but you can get edibles.
That's good though.
Yeah, it's like really shitty craftsman.
Yeah, but I mean, you weren't going to buy any of that shit anyway, and you want weed, so it's probably better off.
Dude, it looks like an art festival.
Yeah, you like to look at it like you're gonna buy it. And that's it.
Is that a guy dancing like Saturday Night Fever right in front of?
Well, see, that's the thing is they don't have entertainment, and I was like, man, if I
they don't have entertainment
right now, they don't because they don't want to draw a crowd. They have less food vendors because they don't want a lot of people eating in there. But there's always when it's going, there's always shitty music, and then there's always a hippie twirling around. And I can take it over right now.
You don't like a guy on a harp? Come on,
Harp not there. I don't think Harp guy's not there.
Hater?
I think me and James Frost Wynn talked about maybe taking over if the COVID's still around next year.
No, that's what you should do. You should have him playing like trumpet, like beatnik jazz style, just crazy, and then you should just be talking fucking mad beats.
Oh yeah, spitting some lyrics.
Yeah, just more not rapping, more like the Kerouac style
bebop.
Free prose, yeah, man. Just speaking what's on your mind.
Or just go do or do your comedy and have him do just like jazz in the background, like these old like 80s comedy specials where they would have like a jazz dude playing, in the background of your comedy.
Maybe if he gets his busker license. How do you go to busker license school or? No, it's over. Maybe but we could
guy off.
We could make a presence at the holiday market, but I have a feeling it's going to be the same shit, a lot less, and it's going to be hard for a guy reading Victorian poems to get stage time. That's what it's usually the worst shit. There's people who just like read Dickens poems, and I don't know what they do most of the year.
Wait, so they stand there and they just read from an old book?
Yeah,
they're reading Charles Dickens stories.
Yeah, like
that
stupid
sounds
shit.
Cool.
Well, anybody can fucking
and they just go for tips.
And then there's always the Wash Tub band that's playing.
I think you should do that, but do it like read like a third grader who got called on when he was hoping he wouldn't get called on. Just all halting totally and horrible,
and
so none of it makes sense.
Sounding out the words.
Gather round, everybody.
Yeah.
I have some stories for you. Actually, I don't know where the book is. Hang on. I could do it I could put it up on my computer. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it. I think I just have too many technical problems to be able to busker a crowd.
That's always I gotta tell you, man. After not going to the Saturday market here in Bisbee for so many years now, I miss a vibrant, like fresh vegetables that don't look like they got picked from Safeway to bring over here to the park. I mean,
I sweep through. That's what we still have a big presence of the produce. So that's what I go in there for.
We just started ours back up. I haven't been yet. It was
just right down
2 weeks. We're 2 weeks into having started, and I didn't know.
You have good food trucks at that one.
Yeah, it's good. But I want it back because that is where we got all of our vegetables. So I'm excited.
Shrooms, yeah, it's the fucking and Eugene's is like one of the best, but this year it was all right, and actually I liked it all right because I just sweep down and get the produce before other assholes get there. But then when I get there early, then I see other assholes there right before me.
Every time your plan is to show up early, and every time you're thwarted by 3 or 4 people who are also showing up early.
Yeah, what? This guy's
saying the same thing under their breath that he's saying.
Is it the same 4 of you? Like, do you know each other? Are you like, there's my fucking nemesis. Like, this guy's always fucking here. Fucking
I park
blue
behind
t-shirt guy.
I know places you can park where it says not to park or whatever. And if somebody else is there, it's like, fucking, what's this all about?
Andy, everyone knows places where it says not to park.
I know.
There's a sign that says don't park there.
I'm trying to be a better person and just go, well, listen to yourself. This isn't worth it. Pick your battles, man.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Well, I think it's like, to me, it's like this. To me, it's like this. Even if you win the little battle that you're currently fighting with yourself and the world around you, even if you win that little battle, you end up like the person who fucking screamed through the light as it changed to red while you slowed down and stopped at the red light, and you saw the other person like scream ahead of you, and you're like, oh, fuck, I guess I should have gone, But that person is fighting traffic the whole way, and they still end up at about the same spot in traffic as you do.
Absolutely.
So it kind of shows you that there's no point in getting all worked up about each green light situation because you're going to go through it at about the same speed anyway. So just chill the fuck out and,
Somebody went by me the other day.
That is very good. I had a thing. Oh, good, Andy.
I was in a mall, and then somebody honked at me, and I don't know what they're honking about. But then later,
were inside of a mall, and someone honked a horn at you.
Well, I was driving around. And it's like real loose,
Just cruising the mall park.
Anyway, somebody took exception to my driving and honked. And then I parked, and then I saw they went by, and then they flipped me off. And I was like, took note of them, and then I was like, I got, you get the last three numbers of the license plate or whatever, and I went about my business, and then I went up around the loop, and there's that fucking car parked there, and it's like at that point I won. I didn't need to do anything because they're dumbasses. I could have left a note telling them they're dumbasses. I could have pissed in their tank. I could have flattened a tire or whatever.
I feel like we're playing a game. Guess which thing Andy did.
I didn't do any of it. But it was what kind of asshole lays on their horn, honks at you, and fucking gives you negativity, and then parks about a half a block away, and then leaves their car.
What I love,
such
Andy,
big assholes, I didn't even need to get involved.
What I love is that Andy, is that you feel like there are always a lot of people wrongly honking and pointing and yelling at you. And it doesn't occur to you that maybe there's something else going on in all of these situations as a common
feels like
theme.
This was a mall parking lot, but it feels like everybody drives their like we're all on our own individual jet skis. So when you hear another jet ski honking,
jet ski parking lot.
Or everybody walks across the road in the mall parking lot like they're on their own individual jet ski. One of the two.
But I don't even like I'm like when I'm eating my edibles and driving around, I don't even want to get involved in negativity. Like,
all these idiots keep honking.
Hey, pass on by, hater. Yeah, there's some of that.
Shake it off, bro. Don't worry about it. Why are all these people constantly honking?
So much
at
hate
me,
in this world.
yelling,
15 in the left-hand lane in a 45, Andy. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Well,
people are assholes.
It's
That's
real.
All it is.
Listen, I don't like to get involved in the community, but what they got going at the Gateway Mall is willy-nilly drive directions. Buses over here. How's this? So it's like I was doing what it's. I treat it like a roundabout, and that's how it goes, man.
Wait a minute. A roundabout is a thing.
Actually, in fact, I think it's safe to say that the only time you should treat any situation like a roundabout is when you are at an actual roundabout.
It's semi-hard roundabout. Yeah. And anyway, there's really no reason to go into Gateway. It's a fucking depressing shithole. But they got the Spirit on the corner, so I wanted to go look at masks without putting them on or touching them.
Oh, a Spirit store, the Halloween store.
Yeah, the Halloween. So that's why I'd go out there, because I'm not a meth head, and I already made my Target run.
And you got a Cabela's out there too, right? That's a big mall. Target, Cabela's.
Yeah, there's a Cabela's on the other side. The other side almost feels like a different mall. It's just they're all private entry. They don't want you. I used to go into that Gateway Mall, and there was a dollar movie theater, and then you go out into the courtyard right there, and there was like lots of retarded people eating hot dogs and having a good time, and very.
That sounds like a good afternoon.
Well, yeah, you walk out of a movie, and then there's fucking a full-on show, and some of them were fucking just regular people, and some of them were retarded. You couldn't tell, and until they walked out in the parking lot and got on a bus or drove. You're like,
just jamming hot dogs into their face.
Well, yeah, I don't know. The Springfield is it's a stereotypical dummy town or whatever, but there are a lot of fucking over the years I've seen most of my human comedic experiences have been played out in the Gateway Mall district. Human.
Well, when you say a mall, Andy, I think of like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, where they're in the mall, they're doing things. Like your Gateway Mall is basically a strip of shops that you walk along.
It's a gateway mall.
It leads to an actual mall.
If you go enough, you'll want an actual mall.
Yeah, you get a taste for it, and then you try to find another mall. Because this one, it used to be a mall, and it used to be a magical mall. That's where my daughter met the real Santa Claus, and then he died, I think, a couple years later. But
at your hands?
But it was a real mall, and then they went away from that, and they have all these big fucking stores that but there must be a magical hallway, and I don't know where the ugly children play anymore because do they even go in there? But yeah,
It
it
looks
used to
like
be
there's it looks like there's a corridor between like a promenade. So like on one side there's the Cinemark, and on the and at both ends there's a Sears and a Target. So there is an area, but it doesn't look like it from the street. It looks like a shop, like a strip mall.
I remember when Target sealed off their their exit. I was like, "What the fuck? Target's standing alone. It's a standalone Target." And they didn't want it's like Target didn't want to be associated with the rest of them.
Yeah.
And it just got to be now Hobby Lobby's up in there. So it's really gotten snooty. But it's the same scumbags that spend their time there. When Craigslist was operational and I'd peruse the privates or whatever, there was always a lot of weird hookups.
Misconnections?
Yeah, well, not even misconnection, the casual encounters. Looking for a lady boy to meet me at the Gateway Mall. Wow, that happened that much. Where do they get their pants? Doesn't seem like there's really options for the lady boys out, at the Gateway. Maybe Marshalls. They get a ship.
Marshalls be all right.
I mean, it's a substantial size mall, Andy. I mean, it's like 600. It says 605,000 square feet.
It was at once a flagship of the the valley. I mean, the other mall here was Valley River, which was Eugene and thought to be like fucking way classier than Gateway Mall. But now they're both ugly stepsisters. You can't get either of them a date.
Are they 2-story malls or 1-story?
I like the Valley River. I've been to a couple times lately, and I fit in with the old people walking around in circles.
At 7 a.m.
Do it as a goof, but now I'm actually I feel like, oh, my back's a little stiff too.
Yeah, talk about a Gateway Mall.
Yeah. Gateway sent me over to Valley River.
You're old now. That's how they get you. You start ironically, and the next thing you know, you start talking to those guys. Like, these guys are pretty cool. Stan and Phil and Kevin down at the mall every morning. I fucking love these guys. They're great, man.
Bruce hasn't been here for 2 weeks because he got knee surgery. That's real great.
Here's the thing.
Up and running again. Yeah, you.
Here's the other thing. They call it a gateway. You show up there consistently on time. Next thing you know, you're working at Spencer's because they're like, "Hey, you need a job? You get here. You're very reliable. Your work ethic is solid, sir."
Just working at Gateway till I get some better opportunities. Don't you understand what you're doing?
I'm on the Sunglass kiosk now, but I'll be over at Valley River any day now. The way I'm moving.
Sunglass Hut is a stepping stone.
Yeah, Valley River's upgraded too, and you can. That's still old school mall walking.
I like that. Like Valley River are just two generic terms to describe an area.
Yeah, it's like Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
Well, we're in a river valley. They call it Valley River.
Yeah, we're at.
Whoa, Chad, you're onto something. What'd you call that? We're in a valley with a river.
It's right by a river, and it's what you walk around that mall. Back in the day, you would see fucking people buying shit and enthusiastic fucking consumerism. Now, it's fucking dead in there. People just walk around and fucking loop by and go, I'm thinking about buying that hat. Let's take another lap. Buy that hat.
No need to rush into anything.
Yeah.
Sierra Vista Mall has a big problem with that because Sears obviously closed down. Most of them have. And people are like wondering what they're going to do with like this huge space that after COVID, they relaxed a little bit to where the movie theater could open again. That place was desolate. Now they're talking about like, hey, we should turn it into housing, build a second floor and move people in there. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is extreme.
That's true, though.
There's no life to a mall anymore.
No, they're not going back to the same old ways on a lot of shit. They're just not gonna.
The whole half the food court at the Sierra Vista Mall is just gone dark. There's nothing there, And one of the ones that used to be like a yogurt shop in front of the theater has been taken. I haven't been there for a little while, but when I was there, it's now been taken over, and it is got a ton of samples of like roofing, of like metal roofing. They like a kiosk.
Prime location right there at the entrance, man. Everyone goes by you twice.
You need metal roofing? Here's what we have. You thought you wanted yogurt, but they're not here anymore.
How's your flashing?
Hickory Farms, they'll give you one sample, but that's it. Next one's fucking $5. After going to the mall a little bit, it does make sense watching Cobra Kai, that series, and then seeing a bunch of kids fight in the mall food court for like 20 minutes with no fucking repercussions. But now, that couldn't happen 10 years ago at the mall, but you can see it happening at the mall now.
All over the place.
There isn't security. No, they laid them off 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they all died of COVID.
Wait, one of those guys is security.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, half the Sierra Vista malls just empty shops now. The most thriving guy is the guy with a little kiosk in the center that can fix your cracked phone screen. That's the biggest attraction at the mall now.
What's that movie, Purge? Pretty soon they'll just have malls where rich elitists will be able to go shoot people. Let some peasant out in the mall, and then elitists will go around and shoot him in the food court.
Video game.
Yeah,
that was one of the Return of the Living Deads, where they were all in a mall, and then they had to try and get out of the mall because being in the mall was great until someone becomes the asshole, the alpha dog, and wants to, because they've got everything there.
Right.
Yeah.
And they've shut the whole thing in.
The fortress.
I can't remember which one that is.
Wasn't Ving Rhames in that?
I forgot about that one, but they were on the roof of the mall sniping zombies. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Night of the Living Dead, the one where the chick dances naked in the graveyard, and they have the gas explodes in the basement. I forget which one. That's the best.
The black and white one?
No. It's Return of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead. That's the one.
The real zombie. They never really made the real zombie movie where it's just a bunch of fucking polarized fucking Christians that want to stop other people from voting. Where's that zombie movie? Those are real life ones.
Yeah, people want to escape in movies, Andy. They don't want real life.
Yeah. So
I'm
going to arrest my governor. Governor, you're under arrest by the power invested in me and Daryl and our gun club. We don't like what you're doing, the stimulus check and shit.
I always remember a clip of Andy Griffith's show when Gomer was pissed off at Barney, and he tried to pull a citizen's arrest on Barney because he was mad at him. And it was just him screaming, "Citizen's arrest! Citizen's arrest! Citizen's arrest!" And he's fucking running down the street chasing Barney, and Barney's getting all flummoxed. Like, that's what I was thinking of when I heard the Michigan Wolverine Watch was doing a citizen's arrest on their governor. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's wild.
Fuck. And then, did you see the clip of that sheriff who was basically saying that it was cool? The sheriff from the next county over, who was like, there's clips of him giving a speech with all those guys standing behind him on stage. And then he's the one who was saying that. It's like, oh, they're just trying to do a citizen's arrest.
Shit. I didn't see any of that.
That's what we're talking about.
Like,
the sheriff's like, they're not, I mean, he's like, they asked him about it. He's like, oh, you were on stage with these guys. Like, what do you say about this, that they got arrested for this? And like, well, first of all, let's just say that everyone gets their day in court, it's due process and all of that. And from what I heard, they weren't even really kidnapping her. They were just going to make an arrest. They were just making an arrest. And so, and he goes, so there's that.
Like, we can all just make arrests. That's nice.
The sheriff is saying that.
Loophole law in the 1800s or whatever were. Well, it turns out if you got a squirrel on your property, you can, in fact, rightfully, if you have a constable. That guy looked like me. The sheriff, I thought, looked like me with a bad mustache if I never said no to pancakes.
Yeah. He was a rough looking dude. Shaylee, see if you can find him. Wisconsin sheriff. I think his name was Leaf.
Leif Garrison.
Or Michigan, not Wisconsin. I'm sorry. I said Wisconsin. He was a fucking, you could one look at him and you're like, oh my God.
You can't imagine people are so deep into it and gaslit, and then they just matter-of-factly talk, and you're like, oh, wait a minute.
Wow. Yeah. Like you've been talking to your crazy friends for so long. You think you think that this is an actual thing that's happening.
Walk away from your fucking
I can't tell if this is the guy or not because
that's a chick.
Let me see. Oh no.
That's definitely a chick.
That's him.
Is that him?
That's him. But that's him giving the speech when he was giving his thing today. Like, he's a mess. He looks a mess.
Yeah. It's like and that's the guy you voted in as sheriff.
They voted him in as the sheriff.
Yeah.
Well, joke. A lot of these things make you wonder. You look at him like, well, who was running against him? And a lot of times it's nobody. It's because nobody wants to do these fucking shit jobs. You end up with the biggest fucking asshole.
One of the things that has come out of this,
Andy, you get elected. You got charm.
Well,
Sheriff Andrus,
snazzy dresser.
Speaking of Andy Griffith, Andy Andrus could be an update on Andy Griffith, a man who sheriffs without a gun. He just uses his charm and his wit to solve any little problem the town has.
No, I don't like that kind of talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
And then every night he locks up the town drunk in the cell. But then later you find out it's a Fight Club situation, and the town drunk is really Andy too, and he's all the characters in the town.
Well, I'm looking at that sheriff. Wasn't that sheriff
That's
in
him
the
right
Beastie
there.
Boy videos?
Yeah,
he was in that one Beastie Boy video with the.
I don't know what you're talking about. Sabotage.
He was a cop in Sabotage.
He looks like that.
Look at that. Porn
That's fucking guy.
Fucking nerd from the office.
That's the guy who said that the militia guys were just trying to make a citizen's arrest on the governor. So he wasn't going to condemn any actions at this point. It's too early to make a call.
Yeah, you don't want to rush to any kind of judgment. When they want to fucking kidnap a fucking
Well, he did mention that not a lot of people were happy with the governor. He did mention that, right? He's like, well, they're going to make a citizen's arrest, which is, a lot of people are really unhappy with the governor. Yeah.
These boys are white, and everybody knows they're just they're not gonna do any harm. They're not gonna hurt anybody.
Boys will be boys.
Yeah.
It's talk.
These are white boys.
Plan on having sexual relations with the governor. That's up to them. I'm not going to sit here in judgment. What they do is with their victims. Well, hell, yeah, that was some some fucking like, wild. If they're not recalling him immediately, they're fucking. It's crazy, but he's probably affected.
One of the things we're learning is that northern Michigan. And like the North is just as south as the South is. You know what I mean? Like there's some straight up fucking scary deliverance ass motherfuckers up in northern Michigan. You do not want to fuck with these people. Don't even drive through the area. Don't go in there. That's
the way the political stuff is all gone. I mean, it pretty much has identified a lot of people. Like I've been. My own neighborhood, like Arizona, if you think about it, is a pretty fucking weird place when it comes to, how extreme people believe shit. And I forget about it because I don't interact with them. But it's a weird place here in Arizona as well.
I can't imagine going to a church now and just sitting there and going, "Oh my God, you guys hearing this? This place is being gaslit."
I think I told you guys.
I smell gaslit.
Yes. I think I told Jenny and I went on a motorcycle ride and stopped at a bar in Tombstone, and we were there for just a couple minutes, and the dude was in the middle of the bar. There's no coronavirus. It's a democratic hoax. And I was like, oh fuck, let's go outside, drink a beer outside, and then go back home. I guess I forgot where we are. This place is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's for real. That's 30 minutes away from us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tend to steer away from all of that too. Like somebody wants to come in and make a fucking animated point someplace about not wearing a mask, I'll just slip out and go somewhere else.
Oh yeah,
slip out and slash their tires.
Shit, I learned to pick my battles long before this stupid shit. I'm not fucking getting into it with people over
did you ever think you would be like fucking, have an opinion about whether somebody wore a mask over their chin or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
I do. Like that fucking lady at the post office. Like, cunt, everybody else is doing it.
I've tried to bring
be a fucking conformist here, but put a mask on. Everyone else is doing it.
I will admit that I told you guys I joined that Facebook group. I may have already fucking said this, but I joined that Facebook group in Globe to keep an eye on stuff, and it was a lot of anti-mask stuff, and you're all sheeple because and I would bring up the point there, and I'd be like, I would think that you would be pro-mask because of all of the facial recognition cameras that are everywhere. You would think that if you're an actual fucking guy who believes what you believe, then you'll be pro-mask. So, because we don't want this actual fucking invasion of our privacy. And then it would just stop the whole conversation. Like, I didn't even know how to respond to that. So it wasn't fun. I was trying to be a troll and got zero response whatsoever. I'm like, fuck, I guess.
Yeah,
you throw logic at it.
You'd think the government would want to make masks illegal in public spaces because they want to be able to see who you are with their facial recognition software. So the fact that you're even allowed to wear a mask, you should be thankful
at
for
a courthouse with an AR.
I cannot believe
I had to go to a bank the first time the other day and had to fucking throw my tie a bandana around my face before I went into the bank. And I'm like, this is the weirdest feeling ever.
Yeah.
But when you drive out of town here, when I go to Tucson, I have to go through a Border Patrol checkpoint that has a huge facial recognition camera set up, multiple.
Really?
A giant
both
array
sides
of them.
car too.
Yes. So when I go through, like I've always been picking my nose or
I hold the steering wheel like this.
Yeah.
Like
just to be an asshole. I know it doesn't matter, but just to fuck with the whole fucking thing.
Because you can't cover your license plate.
The fact that I can now legally just pull a mask up over my face when I'm going through a known facial recognition camera is pretty fucking cool to me.
Yeah, it's freedom.
Yeah. So it's really a good argument against the people who calling everybody wearing a mask a sheeple. You're like, wait, if you're not a don't tread on me guy, don't you think that this is actually
if you're gonna freak out,
we haven't been freak out and yell at Walmart on our face since the 1800s. Goddamn.
If you're gonna yell like a fucking, like freak out at somebody at Walmart, like, put your mask on because somebody's gonna film you. You can make all the points behind a mask. I'm not gonna wear a mask until it. Well, I am now during this video because I don't want people to know I'm this bitch who's fucking yelling. But I mean, that's one time where you
want that. So they want that
is when you're making a public asshole out of yourself. I want to lose my job. No, you go ahead and keep filming me. I don't want to work there anymore.
They do. They want to go out. They want to go out with their one day of being the guy in the news and fuck it because I'm tired of it. Totally.
Kind of like when you're really high and then somebody's like filming you and you're like, I don't care, man. Hey, man, I'm fucking tell you how it is right now, man. Then you see it later and you're like, oh shit, why did I do that?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden their Facebook is taken down.
So Erickson, you got a Twitter? Did you get a Twitter 2-day removal?
3-day.
3-day?
No, that was Facebook. It wasn't Twitter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I posted it on Twitter. The joke that got me banned, and then everyone's like, "Oh, I can't believe you got banned from Twitter." And then I was going to comment, "Well, I didn't get banned from Twitter. Had I been banned from Twitter, I wouldn't have been posting this currently on Twitter." And then I decided not to say anything about it. That was as the more comments I saw, every comment was like, "Oh, Twitter sucks." Like there were so many of them that I felt like I was just going to be caught in the briar patch. And that was going to be it. So I just said, no.
Do you ever think about that?
It should have been more clear.
Do you ever think about that and realize that that's your audience and that every laugh that you're getting, they might not even be understanding what the fuck you're saying? Is that depressing, Erickson?
Chad, I saw the most beautiful version of that. I saw it come to life before me about probably 7 or 8 years ago when I was emceeing at in Peoria at the Jukebox. Right, we had Pauly Shore one weekend. And Pauly sold out the Jukebox for Friday and Saturday night. So he had 2 shows each night. And in between shows, he would take pictures with anyone who wanted a picture for like $20 or whatever. So people would line up. Nice. Well, I don't even. Maybe he didn't even charge money. I don't know, but he was taking.
No, I guarantee
he was taking pictures with his fans, and there was a line of them, and they had to hurry up and move them through because they had to still flip the room for the 10:30 show. So he's talking to his fans, and he is like, "All right, I'm the Weasel. We're going to take pictures. Now, everybody, here's the thing. We've only got a few minutes. When you get up here, have your phone in camera mode, have it, understand how it works, be ready to take the picture so we can just take the picture. Okay, does everyone got it? Yeah, everyone's got it." And then he would sit down, and then the first person up would be like, "Oh, fuck, I don't," and it would happen over and over again. And he would get more and more pissed off, and he would get up on his chair, and he would be like, "Listen, I can't keep stopping doing this. We've only got like 2 minutes left. If you assholes want your picture taken with me, then you need to understand we're on a time limit here." And he just got more and more angry and more pissed off. And I'm like, dude, your fans are just the dumbest people. That's just what happens. You can't tell them anything. It doesn't matter. You danced with the devil, my friend.
You attracted it to yourself.
Yeah, now he's come for your soul.
Pauly Shore's cameo is $325.
Oh, Jesus.
Cameo.
That's not bad.
Gary Busey's is more than that.
Well, yeah, Gary Busey's a movie star.
What's mine? It's
the thing about Andy's cameo is he actually comes to your house and does it.
Yeah.
In front of you. He makes an actual cameo.
You can't buy mine.
A tape recorder. And he hits record.
You can't buy mine, nor can you stop while it's in progress.
It's like a sleepwalker. It's best to let him keep going. You don't want to fucking break him off. You don't never come back.
Gary Busey's only $350.
Oh, how long? For a minute?
Well, I don't know whatever
only
it is.
$350. Isn't that weird?
Well, I mean, Gary Busey,
relatively,
Shore,
relatively. I get it,
but
I mean, isn't that weird how much it is to just talk to, to get a thing from somebody? That's weird, man.
That's next level, though.
For calling Kenny on his birthday. I was gonna leave him a message, and he answers like, "Oh man," I was all like, Doug goes, "Yeah, give him a," So I built up a thing to say to Kenny's answering machine, and then he's like, "Hey, what's up?" Fuck.
Yeah, I thought that was
say to you in person.
It's funny. It's funny to Stanhope to do that, but now Kenny has all of your guys' phone numbers.
Yeah, exactly. Including fucking Nickelback Mike and running for Superior Court judge.
That was the first thing I thought when Stanhope told that story.
That's funny.
I think he had mine. That's why he answered.
Yeah.
It was like,
no, he answered. After Nickelback Mike called, he answered everyone. We had the Superior Court judge nominee, Ann Carl, call him up. Doug traded a vote for a call.
Yes.
That's her phone banking. Calling Kenny.
Yeah, I wonder if her opponent could pull that clip and call that illegal as a vote by.
Yeah. Or just bad judgment.
I offered it on, I think on Twitter or Facebook, one of the two, for sale the last couple of times. It's like
vote?
Yeah, I was going to sell my vote. Nobody took me up on it, but
I had a thing that I was going to do back when Black Friday was a thing where since I only have time and I don't care about things, I was going to get in the first part of the line for Black Friday and then send a clipboard back with the highest bid to buy my spot in line, and
a silent auction.
Make myself a little extra money over the holidays. But I never did do it.
How are they going to do? Black Friday is going to be real weird this year, right? Yeah. Everybody's socially distant.
Yeah, that line's going to be forever.
Yeah. Fucking 900 women lined up, fucking 5 miles of people.
Who knows what evolution it's going to take? The fight. Everybody's going to have Indiana Jones whips
and cleaner mask
because nobody can hit each other anymore. Give me the TV.
But plus, when you're fucking taking on a mob of people to get what you want, it's nice to have something obscuring your identity. You know, we can be like hockey goalies.
That's exactly it.
Drop that TV or I'll fuck you up, cunt. You don't know if you're dealing with a housewife or a fucking Terminator.
You're right.
Okay, man. Yeah. You take it. You know, bluff. I'd be a bluffer. Maybe I will go to Black Friday this year. Make up for all those other years.
I don't think there'll be one.
No, there will not be a Black Friday.
Oh, yeah, there will.
No, there will not. No, there will not.
There'll be some freedom states that will
if Biden wins, there ain't
constitutional rights to fucking bargains or something.
You're going to celebrate Christmas if we got a Democrat in the White House.
I guess you might be right, Shady. Some of them might be, depending on where. Best Buy here was locked down for a long time. I was real surprised. You could do, you could order stuff and go pull up, and they'd bring it out to you.
Yeah, curbside.
And,
but that's it. That's different.
I think that's a cool thing. I hope the whole world just stays that way.
Me too. That's why Black Friday is not going to happen. You're not going to have a situation where a bunch of people are crashing through the gates.
It's going to happen
shoulder to shoulder to buy shit. Right.
There'll be a pandemic version of it.
It's going to happen. It's going to be online. All their sales are going to be online only.
Right.
Yeah. It's a new evolution, man.
How are you going to get 40% off on socks at 5 a.m?
You gotta click the button, dude.
I'm only hoping that this means we become more reliant on technology to function as a society. So that way, when the giant EMP hits, it really, really fucks up society real bad. Like not just half of it. Fuck no, no more brick and mortar. That's a encyclopedia term.
I went to a vet to get flea meds, and then it's like you just call. They don't want to, going in. So you just call the number and say, "Hey, I'm out front and I like some flea meds." I'm right out here, man. You can trust me. I'm right out front. I want some flea meds. And then you give them some numbers, and they come out with a brown bag with your flea meds. It's like everything's a fucking dope deal. I like it.
Why did it have to be flea meds?
I've ordered tacos the same way. I have flea meds.
I bought a 65-inch screen TV the same way. Yeah. You're right, Chad. The brick and mortar. You need to really try to convince me that needs to be a thing in the next 10 years.
Why?
Why? It's already gone. It's already
forced evolution. Slow burn. Forced evolution. It just pushed it.
I stand by my decision to get into the shirt sales business and open a brick and mortar plastic tub.
You don't have a brick and mortar, dude. You've got a tub and lid. You're a tub and lid store. You're good. They haven't come for you yet. Tub and lid's fine. You're part of the gig economy.
Your cross-country trip just completely wiped out your overhead. I don't know if you're keeping books.
Well, I'm going to be selling shirts to make money to get to Branson. So I will be announcing my rest area T-shirt stand dates. Most of them will be impromptu by need.
Hey, it would be funny if you set up a T-shirt stand just on the side of the road next to like a family selling fucking avocados and sweet corn.
$60
a bag of oranges.
That would be fucking hilarious. If I saw some guy selling T-shirts of himself just standing on the side of the road.
Well, there's a nature.
Sale.
A mannequin with pinwheels coming out of its arms with Andy jerking off on the front of it, like you're just proud as fuck of this.
We got to remember when we say T-shirts, it's one thing, but it's a T-shirt with a guy jerking off on it.
Well, they're artistic.
Oh, I know it's tasteful.
Yeah, tasteful.
Listen,
and,
Brett
Have a
brought
nice
to
ass.
draw a buttocks to make you envious of any man's buttocks.
You always look better in a Brett Brock
That's right.
drawing
Yes.
than you do.
it looks like it should be up on a cabin wall back in the 70s or something.
He made that. He made that
American story.
Yeah, he made that picture for us, and I had to keep telling him each time to make us more realistic, i.e., fatter and more.
Yeah, not our dream board version of us.
I have
Our
to
vision
say,
board.
I like the one where I have muscles way better because after you suggested that, he drew a second one, and it was way more of a realistic fucking depiction. And I'm not a fan of the realistic.
He looked into Chad's soul.
But I just wanted
to take it the other way one time.
See that again.
I just needed to take it the other way one time. I need to see what the other side of this looks like.
It was
Christ for us.
Here's the thing. It's funny in that all of your guys' physiques were exaggerated, and mine was almost spot on. That's
yeah.
No, it was definitely Ghost of Christmas Future for sure.
That's funny.
We're all eating the same foods these days.
Listen, it's I've got apathy, and I don't know how to cure it. I don't care.
Who
I
cares?
just care. I try every time. There's a guy when we used to live in when we first moved here, we had parrots, and we'd go to the pet store, and there was a guy who would sit in a wheelchair with oxygen in his nose, and he owned the pet store, but he was angry as fuck. And his wife would try to deflect him from the customers, but sometimes you'd only get him, and he'd be like, "I need some parrot food," and he'd be like,
"Oh God."
That you came, and you'd be like, "I'm sorry that I had to frequent your store." You angry. And he would yell about all kinds of shit, and the bird would yell, "Shut up, motherfucker!" So I now often
I would love to shop there.
Fucking fat-faced guy with a big fucking white beard, and I'm almost him right now.
Yeah.
Like telling myself, I'm like, do you want to be that guy? And there's a part of me that's like, I guess I don't care if I'm that guy. I like sitting a lot. That guy seemed like he likes sitting a lot. I could be that guy.
I feel like I'm that guy only with a tubs of shirts.
I think it's more.
God damn it! Another order. Oh, shit. Now I gotta get my glasses and find out these numbers. Put them in the little squares.
We get Andy gun so that he can stand out by the frog guy and do socially distant sales with the t-shirt gun.
He did get a Pfizer.
Go long. That's fun. Do that. And also, when you make home deliveries to people you don't know, you can just go ahead and shoot it right through their window. So they
drive by.
Yeah, they feel like a less.
Maybe Andy needs a t-shirt gun.
Yeah, feel less invaded.
You hop up. Yeah.
Their window.
It was
hop up onto the passenger
but I meant to deliver a t-shirt. It just hit him in the head really hard and banged his head on the cement.
Whoops. Yeah. Like that old guy from Buffalo.
That would be the ultimate, is to show up and go, "You order a t-shirt with a t-shirt gun." Boom. There you go.
Whack him in the chest.
End of contract.
It's a large. Boom. 911. We've got a t-shirt order. What's your t-shirt emergency?
He struck again.
Men down with the t-shirt injuries. Point blank.
Looks like it's our old nemesis, Haynes.
God, this weed smells good.
I'm smoking.
Hey, I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys soon in Branson.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm also 100% dreading it. I will say that.
Well, that's the Midwest. It's Missouri. It's hot this time of year. People are stupid.
Yeah, it's chilly.
It's hanging off them like gravy stains.
The other day I went fishing with Fury and Joby, and
Lake Patagonia, right?
Yeah, that's where we went. About an hour and a half from my house. I set an alarm for 5 a.m. so I would be ready for those guys to pick me up fishing. And it was the first time I set an alarm in I don't know how many years. And I woke up so many times overnight thinking, I got to get a job. I got to go to work. Like my mind
Football
was
practice.
confused.
Couldn't sleep.
Yeah. I didn't know what I had to do. But
Looney wants me to get up on the green chain. Oh, shit.
Get on the green line.
Somehow,
I'm pulling one.
in the midst of being completely fucking scared of waking up to an alarm and falling asleep, I started also thinking about having to go, to Branson, and became deathly afraid. Like I don't really want to travel. I don't want to go, hang out with people. But I'm slowly coming around.
There's no people. It's us.
I know.
Yeah,
but even a lot of times when I'm just away from home, all I want to do is just be home.
Yeah.
I understand that.
And
I think we're leaving earlier than I thought. We might even leave on Sunday.
Are you?
Maybe just to get. I've got to edit one more podcast that goes out for Stanhope next week, and we've already done it.
You ain't leaving Sunday. You're leaving fucking Monday when everyone else is leaving. Come on,
really?
Man. Yeah. Where are you going?
We're camping on the way out there.
I know.
Hey, baby.
You mean you're leaving for the place on Sunday?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about leaving early from Branson on Sunday.
No, man.
Well, okay. Well, that's what I thought you meant. I thought you were talking about coming back. I'm sorry.
No.
We shouldn't even say Branson, because what if people show up in Branson to go to the show and we're like,
hey, that's on Yakov. He's the one selling tickets.
I also found out my buddy in California, he's opening his haunted house on the 14th. That's why my brother's coming down from Reno. He's coming from Boise to Reno, and then
over to Branson.
Then gonna go. Well, this doesn't work, does it?
Hey,
about 2,000 miles left.
Then he's gonna go to Branson and then go back to Tarzana or wherever.
It'll be too late by the time people see this anyway. But so the Monday is when everybody's leaving. Because I gotta book a Midway hotel still. I don't want to fucking drive an entire way.
We'll talk about that. No, let's just wrap this up and then we'll go talk about that. How about that?
I don't care.
Yeah. So we'll just put the cat's out of the bag. So the issues with Andy Cruz is meeting for a conference, and the next time you see us, we'll have some footage from our conference. Is that fair?
Yeah, it's somewhere between Boise and Branson and Los Angeles.
That's sort of like a Bermuda Triangle.
And I only need one night stay.
We're gonna do a safe, socially distant outdoor gathering.
We're gonna be tongue kissing. I don't want to hear the socially distant stuff.
Yeah, you can't dry hump from 6 feet.
Listen, I miss you guys, man.
I've been quarantining. I've been quarantining as good as I can.
We're clean, man.
I'm trying to stay as clean as possible so that
so
that we can feel safe doing it. I don't want anyone to get sick, but I do miss you guys too. So I'm really looking forward to
joints and having fun.
Yeah. So the truth is that we're all getting together out in the middle of the desert, and we're gonna have fun. So we're gonna have a bunch of footage from that, and you're gonna get to see it all right here on the Patreon. So thank you. That'll be coming soon, and that'll probably be the next thing you see, maybe.
That will be the next one.
Yeah, it will. It will be,
because this is in the future that we're in right now.
Everything's in the future, bro. That's the crazy thing.
Whoa, wait a minute. I knew you were going to say that a minute ago.
I don't know if we're still on the podcast, but my dad called me earlier today to tell me that a member of the family died while riding a motorcycle in the desert yesterday, and he wanted to let me know. And I told him, I said, since you're delivering the news, I said, I think I'm going to go do drugs in Death Valley next week. So you might have to call people and let them know that your son died doing drugs in Death Valley.
Yeah, hold off.
So
Go for the twofer.
So make sure you don't try to seem like you're one-upping people.
Yeah.
Just save it all for the Christmas letter.
All right. I love you guys. The next time we talk, we'll be together. And then you'll get to see it. Thank you for being out there. We love you guys. That's Andy and Chad and Shaylee. I'm Brett. We'll see you later.